Hey everyone, Techni here with a keyboard review, and let me tell you what, spoiler alert here, this thing is a gem. And now the keyboard we have is, I'm going to completely botch this and probably make an absolute fool out of myself here. Let me see, I want to give you guys it first, okay? So what did you just get there? What's the name of this? Dierya? Dierya or diarrhea? Dierya. Who would name the company that? Like, come on. So, all right, we have the Dierya. God, I just can't. Okay, so we have the 60% gaming keyboard here. Now, this thing you can use wired, wireless. It has Bluetooth on it. It has RGB. I have the red switches. You can buy it in a red, black, brown, or blue. And I think across the board, every single model is $44.99 as the time of me filming this video, and right now there's actually 5% off. So on Amazon, you add it to your cart, apply that coupon, and you get 5% off that as well. And honestly, at that price, you can't go wrong with this case of Dierya. All right, so first what I'd like to do is bring you guys and give you some close-ups of the keyboard. Then we'll talk some pros and cons and kind of close it up and get our conclusion. Is it worth it or not? And I'll be right back with you. Alright, so in your box, you're going to obviously get the keyboard, you're going to get the USB cable. Now this USB cable, it's a little heavy duty. It feels more or less like a Logitech USB cord as far as like a Logitech mouse or anything. And then you're going to get your manual here, which this thing's a little bit confusing to follow, to be honest with you. And then you'll get a keycap puller. Now again, back to the switches. Like I said earlier, it does come in the reds, the blues, the blacks, and the browns. And they are using the Altimu. As you can see right here, I have the reds. And again, I really like them. They sound fantastic. All right, so let's go on and get a sound test. Again, you guys are probably about 2 feet from the microphone. And again, I do have the red switches here. So, I mean, it sounds really good. A lot of these off-branded 60% keyboards we've been reviewing, they've had that real tinny sound, especially down on the space bar. You get it a very, very little bit with this, but not much at all. It doesn't echo through it. That's the best way to put it. Sure, you get a little bit of a ting, but it doesn't echo through it. It's like there and then it's gone, and it really doesn't bother me at all. It sounds very, very solid. Now, as far as overall build, I mean, this thing feels solid. There's a comfortable amount of weight to it. It's not heavy, it's not light, it's kind of right there in between. It really feels like a solid product. As you saw in the close-ups earlier, I showed you on the bottom here, check out the grips you have on the bottom. So these ones right up here will catch at that angle if you pop your feet up. So again, you know, it'll catch right there, so it won't slide around when you're on your feet. And then also, whenever you're flat, you have those other guys to catch you. So each angle is going to have nice grip for you. And as far as that Bluetooth, the wireless function, right down here on the bottom, you have this little switch. Here, I'll go ahead and unplug it. Right here, we'll hit that switch. And now you can see it's in the Bluetooth mode. Again, we have to pair it up and everything, but again, you just flick that, switch in the back, and then pair it up, and you're connected and ready to roll right there. So as cool as that Bluetooth feature is, I'll more than likely never use it, but it is really convenient. Given the size of this guy, again, just kind of like the MotoSpeed, throw it in your backpack, throw it in your bag, or for a trip. It's super tiny, it's not gonna get in your way, and like I said, that's nice to have that little feature there, as little as any of us will probably use it. Now, everything's sounding perfect on us, right? Number one, we're at $45, 5% off, bring that down a little bit. The price is right. The build is solid. I mean, everything I'm saying is so great about this thing, right? But there are a few negatives that really kind of irk me with this. Number one, the biggest thing that irks me, and some people might be like, oh man, come on, that's no big deal, right? But if you can see right here, let me bring it in. So you see I got mine set on static red right now. Take a look at the space bar, just kind of breathing blue. Right? You see that there? And that's going to be no matter what effect you have on. And that's because I have it plugged in. And what that is stating there is that it's charging. But no matter what, if I leave it plugged in for 5 hours, 10 hours, obviously it's going to be fully charged, right? That is still going to continue to charge. So that kind of stinks. When you disconnect it and put it onto Bluetooth mode, it does stop. But again, the majority of the time I'm going to use it plugged in. And that never stops blinking. And it only blinks blue. So it really throws off my black and red vibe. As cheesy and as cosmetic as that sounds, it really annoys me. But again, it doesn't break the deal of the keyboard for me. More than likely what I'll do is pop the spacebar off, kind of find a way to get down there and disable that LED or cover it up with some paint or something, because I like the keyboard so much, I'm willing to take a little bit of effort to do that. Oh wait, one other pro I want to point out here real quick on this guy as I just popped off that spacebar. You guys remember with the Moto Speed, the really big downfall was that spacebar. How it just had those little arms on the spacebar and it went down and connected to the metal bracket, so it gave a lot of a lot of wobble, right? And a lot of click clanky noise. Check this guy out. As you can see right here, it has the same kind of little mock switches like the HyperX or any of the other keyboards had. So it's really nice and stable. No matter where you press the spacebar, it feels just like any other key. So I really like that touch. Anyways, back to the negatives, right? So one other thing I don't like is the USB on the back. It's in there nice and secure. Like it's not, like I'm tugging on it now, but it's not going to pop out. But if you can see right here, it is a little wobbly. As you can see, you got that little gap on the bottom, so it doesn't really get in there and grip on anything. So it's a little bit wiggly. I move my keyboard around a lot whenever I'm gaming, you know, kind of just adjusting, and it's never popped out on me. Now this other one, and this one kind of disappoints me. I don't know, it's really cozy, but I can see it really kind of giving way after a while. Again, these are just the sprayed on paint over the keycaps here, and it has that soft touch, kind of like what's the SteelSeries headsets we just reviewed, how they have the little soft touch on the ear cups. That's exactly what this likes. As nice as it feels and everything, and it feels nice and soft, I can see it giving way after a while. But the biggest thing is also, it leaves so many fingerprints. If you're a little bit sweaty or whatever, I mean, like just now, it's just, there's so many prints all over. I don't know how well or if you guys can see any of them on the camera, but I'll just give you a quick pan here. There you go. You can see one on the Alt right down there, a little bit on the space bar. You know, I did brush it up a little bit before I started filming it here, but again, when you're sitting there gaming, you look back and it's like, God, geez. So that's a pretty big downfall right there, you know? But I don't know, maybe you can just pop out the keys and flop them out for a nice set. Hold on, speaking of that, I got an idea. Let's do it. Nice, how about that? There we go. Now, as you can see right off the bat, these three buttons right down here, I couldn't change. My Alt and the function, they were bigger as far as the set. So that looks kind of goofy. I really wish I could have got all those flushed. I don't know, maybe I'll put like a and an F down here or something just to make it flow a little bit better, because that does throw it off. But other than that, I mean, that looks sharp and it feels great. If you don't own a set of these HyperX keycaps, the double shot PBT, I mean, these things are awesome. I think regular MSRP is around 25 bucks, but Amazon always has them on sale for around 15 bucks. So definitely keep an eye on these guys. Even at 25 bucks, I mean, I highly recommend these guys. Absolutely fantastic. But again, if you can catch them for that 15 bucks and you see them at that 15 bucks, do not pass them up. So anyways, I forgot where we were. We were talking about negatives. I know we were talking about the keycaps. I went ahead and changed them, and now I'm just so excited I want to go start playing. But again, talking about those keycaps, it's not a deal breaker by any means. Again, they do have that soft touch, so I can see them giving away or just leaving those sweat marks or little, you know, gunk on and whatnot. But again, it's not a deal breaker. They're not bad by any means. But again, you might want to look into a replacement for down the road. All right, so as far as RGB, I mean, it has it, and it's really vibrant. And I wanted to show you this way with the keycap switch, because you can see right up top how it looks with the stock keys and then with the keycaps. Look how good those keycaps look. I mean, this thing is sharp with those guys. It looks okay with the stock ones, as you can see there, but there's no comparison with the keycaps. And again, you hit the function with the little color. I think it shows a light cycle with the stock keys, and then you can do some different effects. Again, we got solid. You can cycle through all your colors, whether it be the blues, the greens, and whatnot. And then as you can see here, it does the as my computer's going off over there. But anyways, you can see it does that effect outwards there with your static color in the background. And then this guy here will go through a line like that. So there's plenty of RGB effects, and this guy just lights up whichever button you press right there, you know. So, and this lights up a zone. This one's pretty cool because wherever you press it lights up that zone. So, and then of course you can turn them off. So it is nice. You can see this one here kind of goes through each little color, and then it lights up after it cycles down, it'll light up a line. So it's pretty cool, and like I said, it does do the RGB, and it looks really good. So anyways, as you guys can tell with the review of this, if there's one thing they can change right off the bat, they need to change their name, or like put a dash in between it so we can just pronounce it better, because no matter what, it sounds like diarrhea. But anyways, other than their name, again, if there's one thing they could change besides the keys or anything, fix that name somehow. But seriously, I love this keyboard so much. At 45 bucks, I'm probably gonna go ahead and scoop up the one with the brown switches. Again, I haven't tried brown. I've used the blues and the reds, and I absolutely love reds. Blues really aren't too much my thing, but I've been wanting to try browns, and I've been thinking like, oh man, I really don't want to buy double keyboards of something, but I like this keyboard so much, I'm willing to double dip and test that out. So I'm looking really forward to that. But hey, let me know down in the comments what you think about this keyboard. Are you looking at picking it up? Again, I highly recommend it. It is phenomenal. At that 45 bucks currently with that 5% off, I mean, you can't go wrong. This is going to be the best case of diarrhea you will ever have. But hey, thank you so much for watching this one. If you liked it, hit that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for future tech videos. Hey, I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now. I can't get it. Diarrhea. 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 That might work. It's diarrhea.